November. It's cookie day. It's fall and all the leaves are coming down off the trees. In Houston, that could be just because they got so darn hot, they decided to give up, let go, and just fall down and die. But anyway, it's starting to have a different feel and smell in the air. And so this time of year, I think about Gingersnaps. And this is the recipe. November was my sweet little mom's birthday. And so of course, this time of year, when people put out pumpkins and chrysanthemums, which were her birth flower, and topaz was her birth color. So those things that are in the shades of browns and jewel tones that are kind of like amber, all of those things make me think of my mom. The smell of those crunchy leaves, you know, just the seasonings and the spices that we use around this time of the year. So I am just longing for her sweet little ginger snap recipe. And I'm gonna make that today, and I hope you'll come along, stay with me for this really, really good thing. So you put your butter and Crisco in your mixing bowl and add your sugar. And then you let that go till it's creamed all light and fluffy. When that's all light and fluffy, you just plop in your eggs and you let it keep going. Scrape down the sides of your mixer again. You want to make sure that all those things stay right where they're supposed to, and make sure they're incorporated completely and very smoothly. After your eggs are nicely incorporated, you're just going to go ahead and put in your molasses. Gosh, that smells so good, guys. Ooh, fall, I love it. And then just whirl that around until it's just mixed. Now I mix all of my dry ingredients together. I want these to almost have a little bite to them. So I use a lot of really good fall spices. I use, like I said, the ginger, cinnamon, and I add cloves. Most fall recipes don't call for this, but I just love the way cloves taste. And I also do some fresh grated nutmeg. I've had this little grater for like, I don't know, probably 30 years. It came with a couple of fresh nutmeg berries years and years and years ago, and I've just kept it. I just buy new nutmeg berries, scrape a few little scrapes, and then I just put that down in my little jar, and I just keep adding new nutmeg berries. So, and then you sift all of those dry ingredients together, and I think y'all probably remember me telling you I use a paper plate, because then I can kind of bend it in half like a funnel and add my dry ingredients, and it can just curve down to fit inside my mixing bowl. And I don't spill it all over the place like I would if I had a bowl of flour I was trying to add. All right, there's always a few crumbs, and that's why we sift it. Now we're gonna turn the mixer back on, and you can't hear me talk once I do that, so I'm just gonna tell you now that I'm gonna take all of these dry ingredients, turn the mixer on, and then just add them really, really slowly together to the wet ingredients, and let the whole mixture incorporate really, really well. You don't want to overwhelm your mixer, so just give it a chance to blend really well before you add the next batch. It's going to be a really stiff dough. Woo! Smells like fall. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, now we turn it off. We do not want to beat this to death. We just want to make sure the ingredients are combined and then be done. Okay, so here's a close-up of how thick this dough is. And this is what you want, because you're going to roll it into balls, about golf ball size. In your sweet little hands, rolling them in your little hands makes them even sweeter. So once you have your little balls rolled out, you're just going to roll them gently in your, I'm using turbinado sugar, but you can use just plain white sugar. You can just leave them plain if you want. Sometimes I prefer the just plain cookie. Sometimes I really don't want a big crunchy exterior. I just want the soft, chewy deliciousness of these little spicy cookies. They're really good with spiced cider, a cup of coffee, an ice cold glass of milk, or nothing at all. Here's what my layout looks like on my cookie sheet when I'm finished. And the reason I stagger these is because they expand when they bake a little bit. So I always want to give them a little bit extra room. And if you just line them up one after another, they're gonna ooze into one another. Now, the last step you do before you stick these little cuties in the oven is you take a water glass and you just gently smash them a little bit. I add a little more sugar to the bottom of my glass so they don't stick. You don't want them to be too flat. They're gonna thin out a little bit more as they bake, but just give them a little squish. You might have to twist as you go to help them release a little bit. Squish, twist. Squish, twist. Squish, twist. There you go. And ta-da! There they are, ready for the oven, guys. 300. Okay, time. Oh my goodness. This smells glorious. I cannot wait to try these. So here we are, right out of the oven. Now, these are about 9 minutes. I like mine a little more on the chewy side. I don't want the bottom really done. You can leave them in a little bit longer, and then when they cool off, they'll actually be like a ginger snap. I like mine more like a ginger chew. So this is about 9 to 10 minutes, depending on how big around you made yours, you know, how much dough you actually have. So then I just transfer them to my little cooling rack, and then I'll be ready for the next batch to go in the oven. Oh, it smells amazing in my house. It just smells like Thanksgiving and fall. Cinnamon spice and everything nice. Okay, here's our sweet little cookies. I'm gonna break one and show you what they're like on the inside. Look at this. Just delicious little soft, chewy cookie. Just so full of the flavors of fall. Reminds me so much of my little mom. I'd also like to say that our community lost a really sweet woman yesterday. She was the mother of one of Phoebe's friends. They had gone to elementary school together, had been in Girl Scouts together. Sadly, her life was taken only 6.5 months after her original diagnosis of cancer. And it's just given me a pause to stop and think about this season of being grateful. I know sometimes I get up in the morning and my feet hit the floor and I just think about all the things I have to do. I just need to reframe that and think about all the things I get to do. This is a time of year when some people won't get to be with the ones that they love. they won't get to have the gift of actually providing a day full of labor where they cook and they're tired, and then they sit around the table at the end of the day and breathe in and feel maybe a little bit fatigued from all the things they had to do that day to get to that point. But it is such a gift, and we need to remember that every single breath we draw has been given by the hand of God. And so I just want to remind us all to breathe in, smell those leaves, smell the cinnamon, smell the chrysanthemums, all the little things that remind us of this time of the year, a time for our hearts to be very overflowing with Thanksgiving. Have a great week. I hope to have some more recipes for you soon. And thank you for joining me for Good Things. God bless you. Take care.